What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Thomas Take Sports Podcast. I'm Ryan Thomas, your host, bringing you another edition of the Thomas Take. And yes, part 3 of today's wild and crazy show that consisted of all Buffalo Bills. The train will keep rolling. The wagons will circle as we circle the wagons with the Buffalo Bills heading into this 2017 season. Talked about the trades today, talked about a lot of stuff in regards to the Bills. Tune in to part 1 and part 2 of today's show, my take on the trades and the current wide receiver group of the Buffalo Bills, and much, much, much more. And I wanted to start off this part of the show by talking about the career of Sammy Watkins as a Buffalo Bill. The title of the show, From Buffalo to Sammy, It's Not You, It Is Me. And I feel like right now there's this general misconception that, or misinterpretation, I should say, that Sammy Watkins was a bust in Buffalo. Was Sammy Watkins a disappointment in Buffalo? Yes. But was it Sammy Watkins that was the disappointment in Buffalo? No, it was not. The fact that Buffalo traded their 2014 first-round pick, the 9th pick overall, and a 2015 first-round pick, and 2 fourth-round picks to the Browns to draft Watkins 4th overall, that was the mistake. To draft Sammy Watkins before Mike Evans, before Odell Beckham Jr., before Brandon Cooks. Watkins played in 37 games in 3 seasons with 17 touchdowns, and today was traded to the Los Angeles Rams for E.J. Gaines and a 2018 second-rounder. Was it Watkins' fault? I am going to say no. Why? Because a wide receiver is only as good as his quarterback, and you can show as many statistics for Jordan Matthews as you want, saying that Jordan Matthews was better than Sammy Watkins in his NFL career. Statistically, he is. But a quarterback is only as good as his wide receiver. Tell that to Deion Branch. Deion Branch went from the New England Patriots to the Seattle Seahawks and back again to the New England Patriots. Patriots traded him to the Seahawks. I believe they got a first-round pick. And then a year later, Branch was back on the Patriots via free agency because he couldn't hack it in Seattle. The system was wrong. The quarterback was wrong. It didn't fit. It didn't work. That is one classic example. Randy Bleepin' Moss went from the Minnesota Vikings with Randall Cunningham and Dante Culpepper to the Oakland Raiders with Kerry Collins. And boy, did his numbers evaporate, so much to the point that the Raiders asked the Patriots for a 4th-round pick to get him. This was not Sammy Watkins' fault. I don't care what anybody says. Sammy Watkins, use this as a tool for the future of your career. Use this to reset your career. This is a reset button. You're still very, very young in this game. You're going into your 4th season. They declined the 5th-year option. This is your 4th NFL season. 3 years, that's a drop in the bucket in the NFL. The quarterbacks you had, E.J. Manuel, Kyle Orton, and Tyrod Taylor. Man, what was he supposed to do with that? His best season was with Kyle Orton, in which he had 9 touchdowns, over 1,000 yards. It's a decent season. An average season for a wide receiver 1, though, but a decent season indeed. E.J. Manuel, a backup in Oakland. Tyrod Taylor, the jury is 100% still out as to whether he is a franchise quarterback. That will be proven in 2018. In my eyes, proven me right that he is not. But only time will tell. But I would lean towards the fact that he's not heavily. Me personally, IMO in my opinion. So This was not Sammy Watkins' fault. Everyone can say, yes, this was a bad decision. This was this was that. It was not Sammy's fault. I think if Sammy went to any other team, like Tampa Bay, like the Giants, like the Saints, we'd be talking about a all-pro receiver right now. A Pro Bowl receiver, year in and year out, probably a top 5 wideout in the league. And I really don't think that the injuries would have been as common had he had a quarterback that would put him in places in which he would not be putting his body on the line. You got to think of it this way as well. The Bills didn't have a reliable number 2 the majority of the time he was here. Robert Woods and obviously Zay Jones going into this year, that would have changed some things, I think. But Robert Woods was not a stud wide receiver 2. He wasn't a game-breaking talent, so to speak. He's more of a run-blocking wide receiver, a possession receiver, not a elusive freak wide receiver like Zay Jones. So Watkins really had to put himself out there even more so, and he was force-fed the ball, constantly being the number 1 target for the offense. And I think that was what led to his constant injuries. I was really excited to see how they would use Sammy this year, being that it seemed as if they were using him in ways that he was used at Clemson. That was the general consensus that I watched during the training camp of the Buffalo Bills this past week. But I expect the Rams to use Watkins in whichever way they want, being that he is now the number 1 wide receiver of the team. But for those that say this was on Sammy, this was Sammy's fault, it's never been the talent with Sammy Watkins. It has always been the injuries. I'm Ryan Thomas. Take care. That was the last edition of the Thomas Take today. Tune in throughout the week as I will continue to post more Thomas Take episodes. We'll probably be on to talk Mayweather-McGregor, most likely on Sunday. I have a few thoughts on that fight. A few developments as new developments develop within the fight. It almost seems daily now. It's like an hourly, occurrence that there is a new development with this fight. So tune in. Thomas Take, most likely on Sunday. # Thomas Take Sunday, and I will be back on the air. Take care, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Love and appreciate every single one of you.